Hi, chat. For all those who are on Twitch, you all know who I am. But for anyone that for the platform's going to be posting this on like YouTube and um, Spotify, my name's Jeff, aka Jafada, aka Mr. Streamer, and my chat, being delinquents as they are, um, spent gave me enough subs and told me what we want for when you reach this goal is to do a podcast episode. And a lot of people were asking it to be the first episode to be about me, which is weird. I don't really like talking about myself that much, but we'll break that barrier for the sake of these wonderful people. But I hope you're all doing well. Um, kind of get a general summary of me. I've been streaming consistently on Twitch for 2 years, off and on for three. Um, I first started streaming, I think, roughly 2019, and I stopped for 3 years. Tried again. Sorry, no, for 2 years. Tried again 2001. Stopped again for like another year and a half, and tried again in the end of 2022. No, the end of 2023, where I oh oh what's up, Dustin? And oh, it works perfect. Awesome. That's good to know it works. Thank you for doing that, Dustin. You're awesome. Um, so at the end of 2023, so I think November, um, I agreed to the affiliate program for Twitch, and I've been streaming every single day since then, and started from 50 all the way to what we are now, which is a lot. I never expected to get this far, to be quite honest with people. But I have some questions that people have already asked me, and I'll answer them. We kind of already started, but like, what got me into streaming? Um, to be quite honest, I was told by a lot of friends that, hey, you're funny to us. I don't know if that meant funny looking in my clown. Um, and they said, "Hey, like you're funny, you're good at games. Anytime you talk about video games or anything, you're very insightful. Want to do podcasting?" Uh, you're my clown. Yeah, you're my clone, Dustin. So you're a clown too. Um, saying a lot. So I need to stop that. But so I just started. I didn't really have any real inspirations of any Twitch streamers. There was a lot of content creators that inspired me. The first one I ever watched, and this kind of reveals my age. I think I was around 10 or 11 when I started watching this guy. His name is James Rolfe, aka the Angry Video Game Nerd, aka the Angry Nintendo Nerd. I loved this guy when I was a kid. Absolutely loved James. Anything he did, I watched. I watched his um, skits where he was board game James. Uh, that's so bullshit. His Cinemassacre horror reviews, and that's he kind of got me into horror movies as well. But I just loved how he was able to make people believe that he was this angry individual, but you can obviously tell he wasn't. When James outside the character is a very sweet man who, yeah, who's just very awesome. I sadly have never met him. I want to meet him one day, but that was one of the content creators that inspired me to pursuing content creation in some capacity. I thought I had to be a character because I was like, oh, well, James has a character. I need a character. And I'm like, well, what character can I be? Didn't go far with that. Stopped at that point. And then other content creators like C Nanners is another one I absolutely loved. Um, what was another one? JonTron, Normal Boots, a lot of them. The Completionist was another one that I loved. Game Grumps, absolutely loved. And so, I got a lot of inspiration from those kind of content creators to kind of pursue in this thing. And all I really wanted to do was just kind of just do it. I didn't really have an end goal when I started. It wasn't like, oh, I want to be famous when I do this. No, I just kind of wanted to do it to do it, and then it led to, well, I now kind of want to do this for. Sorry, a burp was coming up and that never came out. I hate that feeling. Um, I kind of started just keep going now just because I've seen a lot of people go like, oh man, like I had a shitty day, but watching you made that day not as shitty. And I'm like, awesome, cool. So I'll keep doing it because, people are enjoying the content. And then I started making a Discord where people could join in and interact with the community and interact with me. And now, so I keep doing this now, not for fame or glory, but to kind of just have a place where people can come together and enjoy content and enjoy hanging out. And it's been working. As you can kind of see on the top right, even though it's mainly two people, Shroom and who's so far has been a very eager fan of the channel, and Tibble, who is a very good artist and was very much prominent in the community for a while. But yeah, so that's kind of like why I keep streaming. Couple questions another thing is, what got you into video games? Oh, how did you meet Shroom? Okay. Oh, by the way, chat, you guys can ask me questions during the stream. It doesn't have to be what my questions are. How did I meet Shroom? Funny story. I met Shroom through TikTok. I was just doom scrolling like I always do, and out of nowhere, she pops up on the TikTok feed, and it was this person talking about, oh, I can finally play video games, and she then proceeds to talk about how chaotic her school career is. For anyone that doesn't know Shroom is another content creator, very lovely person. You should all follow her on TikTok and Twitch. She is also I keep forgetting what specific science she's into other than biology, but she's a biology major. Um, and she does a lot of cool things. Like she did study of aquatic life, and that was what got me because during the summers I'm a commercial fisherman, so I do watch a lot of fishing videos, and her thing popped up. Would you say who would you say is your biggest fan and biggest sugar partner? Parent. Okay. Well, let's continue. Let's continue the shroom thing first. You're now sidetracking me, and I don't appreciate this. Also, I gotta turn off that. I didn't know it was gonna do it every single time, but we'll worry about that later. Um, but then I messaged saying, "Oh, awesome content." She looked at my content and replied back, and it went back and forth. And she was like, "Oh, hey, I also play Lethal Company. Could I join one of your days?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. You're more than welcome to." And that's how my philosophy is. Every Sunday is open to everyone who wants to be part of the community, because I want more people to play with, more people to learn about the world, so on and so forth. And she has been consistently around ever since. So to Hana's question, aka Swedish Chef, who is the biggest fan? I would say I don't think anyone rivals Shroom. Shroom has made countless fan art. She has made countless clips. Um, Always ready for community night. I would say she's probably number one fan. After that, it would probably have to be a strong tie between Weeb and uh yeah. I would have to say number two is Weeb. Weeb it's like a close second is Weeb. Number three is a tie between the person who is talking right now and her lovely husband, Dustin, who I've known IRL for almost a decade now. Sugar Parent. I'm sad to say this, but it used to be Decent Feaster. Then Weeb came out of nowhere and decided to take that role from him by force. It was taken by force. So yeah, I will say that is definitely the biggest sugar parent is Weeb. For sugar daddy, for sugar mama, it's Hana. No one has beaten Hana. Um, so yeah. Oh, but yeah, let me look at my questions real quick. Unless you guys have more. The gas, I know, right? Let me see. My title. Don't worry, Dusty. You can get back. So, what got me into gaming? This kind of also goes into another question. Why the penguin? So, what got me into gaming was my older brother's secrets. Um, Not gonna go too much into my past when it comes to this because it's you know but there was a lot going on, and Secrets, being the older brother he was trying to make sure I wasn't part of what was going on. He did his best, and so the thing he knew as a teenager was, hey, why just put him in front of a video game screen? And so that's what he did. He put me in front of the screen, showed me how to play some games, and I learned from there. I don't think I started playing video games. He would play the games for me. I don't think I started playing them until I was like 4 or 5 ish. And I think my very first video game I actually played was this Amazing Spider-Man on the PlayStation 1. So that's who got me into gaming, and the penguin also comes from him as well. That is my nod to him. Um because he's an awesome older brother and he does a lot. Even though he might not think he does. He does a lot. So the penguin comes from him. He loves penguins. And for those who might not know, he was very popular in the WoW scene. His old name was Zapyro the Penguin, and his profile was a penguin casting fireballs and stuff. And I thought that was cool. And so the penguin inspired from that, and I thought, oh, that's me. That's my character. I'm the penguin. It kind of formed to the penguin becoming its own entity, and yeah, so the penguin is its own character in a sense, and I adopted that from him. So that's why we have the penguin and stuff. Um, Another question I've also been getting a lot is, hold on, I have all the questions and I put them away for like a second. Oh, since I have my random nerd out moments all the time, I get them randomly. I'll randomly nerd out. So people have asked, "What are you a nerd about? Like, what specifically?" And I will have to say I'm probably the biggest nerd there is because I don't have anything specific. Um, I'll nerd about anything. I'll nerd about video games to comics to Warhammer 40K to Magic the Gathering to D&D, comics, manga. I will nerd about anything. And so people will come in, they're like, "Oh my god, like Jeff, I just got into like this random thing." And I'm like, "Oh, I know what that is." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I used to do that so much when I was a kid." Huh? But mainly now that I've gotten older, I kind of have stick to what. Shit. All right. Oh. Oh my god. Thanks for the gifted stuff. All right. Well, 20 gifted fucking subs. Holy shit. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, for anyone that does not know, I opened my dumbass mouth and I asked people, hey, what do you guys want to see? And people really wanted me to be in a maid outfit. And I made it a goal where we had to get 50 subs to do it. And Dustin delivered. And now I now must wear a maid outfit. So Dustin, I believe now Dustin has gifted the most subs. He is now Sugar Daddy. Kisses. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you so much, Dustin. That paid for the maid outfit. that right there paid for that alone. That paid for that alone. All right, well there we go. I'll do a maid outfit. There we go. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Oh, we got to answer these questions, Dustin. All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's go back to this. All right. Well, we do have a hype train. Let's go. We are level 5 hype train. Weeb's missing out. He's missing out. He's a poopy butt. I'm joking. There, you guys are all lovely people. I'm still in shock. It's the J Crew Weeb. Your title is being challenged. Dustin has gifted 20 gifted subs. He's back. He's gunning for his title. You can't take it away from him now, Weeb. Oh my god. But sorry, but going back to the subject. So but yeah, so I kind of like now I've gotten older, I kind of specify to what I like. I'm a huge fan of Warhammer 40K. Um Favorite faction is orcs. I absolutely love the stupidity of orcs. I love how me painting red makes it go faster. I've never seen a purple orc before. Ultramarines are special because they're blue. I love it. But to specify certain things, my favorite Space Marine faction of loyalists is Salamanders. The idea alone of these guys who are super nice, they'll sacrifice themselves to save a single child. We need a whole podcast about Warhammer and orcs. I'll do. You know what? That'll be another episode. Episode 2 is what is Warhammer. That's what we'll do. Every Saturday is a podcast episode. We'll do it. This is episode 1. Episode 1 is who is Mr. Streamer. But anywho, but yeah, I love salamanders for them being the nicest people on earth. They'll sacrifice their lives to save a single child, but they are the ones who carry a flamethrower and talk about burning heretics alive. It's the most double what the hell, what, why moments in Warhammer, but I love them. Where's my Ridge wallet? Oh, we don't have a Ridge wallet sponsorship yet. With Dustin does have some good sugar. You should ask for his carrot cake. Um, and then favorite traitorous faction is Alpha Legion. I If orcs didn't exist, Alpha Legion would be my favorite thing on God's green earth. I love Alfarius. We're all Alfarius. There is a video that perfectly describes them. So you crash landed into our planet, killing all the guardsmen. Uh huh. Then you disguise yourself as Ultramarines to rebuild the wall. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah, I did. To then be captured by us on this ship. By the way, what ship is this? Oh, this is the head ship. The you know the let's just call it the main ship. Oh, cool. Bing, destroys the ship. That is how far. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh, we got a new emote, and oh, Weeb doesn't. Dang, Weeb, you didn't do it. The hype train doesn't continue anymore now. It ended as soon as you did it. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's I did not know that. So it tells me how many subs they gifted. Oh my god. I think we broke Mr. Yeah, we did. Well, don't worry, Dustin. You're the current hype train conductor. Let me do these. Let me do these like quick people who have gotten subs. Let me do that real quick. Mr. MF Vigilante 92. I'm Prekvia, Ray Cipher, Sheen Zine, Epsitis, Ominous Wizard Box, Degenerate Deity Gamer 1, Square Apple Studios. Just out of spite. Oh my god, that's so hilarious. That is hilarious. Out of spite. Weeb out of spite just puts him one up to take the gifted summer away from Dustin. Oh my god. That is so hilarious. I love that. Oh my god. Out of spite, Weeb does it. Dustin, we talk about spite plays. Weeb's got those in the bag. Weeb's got those in the bag. You're acting like I had that shit already. Dustin, you don't do anything. Hana did. No, I'm not joking. Thank you so much, Dustin. That paid for the shipping and handling for the maid outfit, Weeb. There you go. I now have to do a new sub goal. Like, what's the next sub goal? Start a new one. Let's say 80. If we reach 80 subs, I will do a 24-hour stream. No, we're already there. We're already there. 100. There we go. Oh, when do you admit Sweden's real? You know what? I'll admit Sweden's real during the 24-hour stream. I got you, Dustin. I got you. Oh no, Jeff, don't promise that. I will promise that. I will do it. At that point, I don't mind missing 2 days worth of work to recover from it. There we go. Thank you guys so much. It went from this stream went from talking about me to oh god, now I have to wear a maid outfit. Oh shit, I have to wear a maid outfit. Crazy. Okay. But yeah, there we go. There's my and video games and magic and stuff. I did something. You did something. Oh, it's hilarious. Okay. Let's get back to the conversation at hand. But yeah. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and ask them. But I'm gonna look at my list real quick and see what questions I can ask. So I had someone ask me this a while ago. Oh, are you a baseball fan? Oh, Hana, I'm gonna need to hire you as an editor, and I need you to edit every single time these two are gonna go back and forth for subs. It's not a small ego. This is out of pettiness, Weeb. Weeb, you can't see small ego when you donate one sub just to get back your title. And the Dust's like, no. I am the conductor here. Oh. Okay, hold on. I do have to I do have to say everyone who's gotten one so far. So Bray Razor, Spa JK, Just, Ozzy Lambox, the Miners Max, Riffin JP, aka Brandon. You guys are now sensational, beautiful people. You and now, oh, you're beautiful. God, these are gonna go back and forth. I'm trying to answer questions and these two are going back and forth. Uh fucking hell. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god, this is hilarious. All right. This is a full blown out war at this. All right, like I said, you gotta clip these. At any rate, can I please first say thank you to the people who have now gotten gifted subs before you two continue? Like, I would feel bad too. You guys are not obligated. We reached the goals. We reached the goals. You're already 15 away from the 24-hour stream, and we just started that. I swear to God, if you two tag team on this, I'm going to cry. I'll do a 24-hour stream birthday if we reach that. I'll do a 24-hour stream birthday. But gifted sub to Mark, gifted sub to Vampires, CNG Stream, Snow Dave, Milady Stuck, Crystal Foxy, Crutch Plays. Crutch Plays doesn't even, it's not even here anymore. Until our next podcast, sound fair. LOL. Hours. Hours streams, yeah, 48 hours. 48 hours? No. Dust, I can't do that. My job won't let me skip that much work. I'm sorry. I can't do that anymore. If I was still part of the digital team, I think I could get away with it. But I can't get away with it now. Yeah, like I would love to though. That would be awesome. Okay. I think we're good now. I think you guys got out of your system now finally. Are you all done? Drill talk. What made you switch from your old job onto Okay. Okay. So officially. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Just I'm sorry. Work is texting me right now and they are bothering me. Okay. So, let's continue back yeah, let's get back to the stream. Okay. So, what what made me leave my old job? To be quite honest, I just needed something else and I felt like because I can't say too much. I still work for the same company. I can't really say too much on the subject on hand, other than I felt like I ran my course through the digital team and it opened a very good path for my two friends who really needed something different. And I was able to help them out. And it helped me out by getting me towards a more a career path that I wanted to do. And so, yeah. Who's the anonymous son of a bitch? Which one of you did that? Weeb, Dustin? Who did that? Someone's challenging you guys. We're 10 away at this point for the 24-hour stream. We're 10 away. We're 10 away. Was it Hana? That Swedish person in disguise? I don't think that the number one person is able to do that. That's no way. No way. No way. Okay, let's get back to it. So, okay, I think we're 10 push-ups. Okay, we'll do that in a little bit. We'll do that in a little bit. Honestly, I don't think I'm probably gonna do any of those during this, Dustin. To be quite honest, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna do any here. Don't worry. I'll do these tonight during the second stream. I'll do these. So these will, yeah, these will be saved for another time. So don't worry, they're not wasted. I am gonna do them honor system like I did for Weeb last time. Sorry. Anywho, let's get back to let's get back to the podcast. It's already failed. It's already fallen. I have like this subject has changed multiple times. Um. Okay, so I've had someone ask me this a lot. Um, why do I stream and why do I care about the community I'm making? So, to be quite honest, I stream for fun. I mainly do it for fun. I don't do it as a way to make second income. I don't do it for the glory of being recognized or to I do it for fun. And I enjoy it because I meet really interesting people through it. I would have never met some of the people who are around here all the time. Yeah, even though you guys do it a lot, it's not my main reason. My main reason is to, yeah, you can do it as a. If you guys keep doing it like this, then yeah, I could. But I hope to God you guys don't. I feel bad that you guys did this, to be quite honest. I feel like I now have to start a charity event to give the money back. Oh god, yeah, no, we're 10 away. Just spamming the chat, spamming the Discord that we're 10 away from this. But anywho, um yeah, this actually makes sense why this is called the voices in my head. I'm so distracted by you guys. You are the voices in my head. But yeah, that's why I genuinely do this. I do it for fun. I do it to meet interesting people. I would have never met like Alk if I didn't stream. I would have never met Shroom. I would have never met Floop if I didn't stream. It is. It really is a perfect because if I ever get a co-host or anything or an interesting person to stream with, they're also going to be the voices in my head. So it's perfect. Um Also, why do I have a headphone on other than music? I don't really need that. Um because it's actually kind of weird to only hear one. Yeah, anywho. So that's why I stream. Why do I care about building a community? Honestly, I don't want to say names, but I've been in some people's communities where I feel that it's not really a community. It's just people fanboying or fangirling. And it's cool, but I want to make a community where people are genuinely wanting to be like, hey, Dustin plays Elden Ring. I play Elden Ring. I want to hit this dude up and let's talk. Even though we have a mutual interest in this streamer, I do want to meet new people. And that's what I do community nights for. Yeah, you can fanboy, it's fine. Or fangirl in your case, Hana. But I generally, that's why I do community nights every Sunday. It's because I want my community to get to know each other and play games with each other and be friendly to one another. That's why I do that a lot. So there's oh finally we went through 4 questions in 50 minutes. My God. Another question I get all the time is, what is your favorite video game of all time? And that is really hard, especially for some controversies that are going on for one of them. Um, I appreciate you love the community, and I love you guys a lot. Like I said, you guys genuinely do make it fun to stream. Um, but I would have to say my favorite video game of all time will probably have to be Dead Space. I could be down for a schedule one, sometime in the future. Not now. Not now. In like in a while. Whew, sorry. But yeah, that is what is Dead Space about? You know what Dead Space is about? We all do. It's about a guy named Isaac. Isaac, he misses his girlfriend, guys. Unlike Dr. Robotnik from the from the Sonic parody, his girlfriend's real, and he really misses her. So he goes on a mission to save his girlfriend or to find out what's going on with her. Well, it turns out well, the mining ship she was on is full of aliens. Or are they? And Isaac's got to save his girlfriend. All he is a lonely engineer. So, why is Dead Space one of my favorite games of all time? One, I am a huge fan of Cthulhian horror. I love the horror of the unknown. And Dead Space matches it very well because we don't know what the Necromorphs are originally. We don't understand them. And even when we do figure out what they are, we still don't get it. And Dead Space 1 perfectly captures the feeling of that. And I absolutely love it. I love the soundtrack. I love the design of the game. Even I still prefer the original over the remake, and the remake's good. And the reason I prefer the original, Isaac doesn't talk. And to be quite honest, I connected with Isaac more not talking, not because I can pretend to be Isaac. No, it's because my God, I would be as terrified not to talk as Isaac is. He's too scared because these things are in the vents, they're in the walls, they're in the floor, they're inside each other. Pause. They're in either way. These things are everywhere, and so and also I love sci-fi. Sci-fi is my favorite genre. My father got me into sci-fi. Um, and that's going to be leading to another question is who's the person who got you into a lot of the stuff you're into? Um, but yeah, no, that's why I love Dead Space. I love the score of the music, the story, the gameplay, everything about it to me was a perfect game. And 2 is a perfect sequel. 3 is awful, and the remake is good. I enjoy the remake a lot, but it wasn't my game of the year. I think the game of the year for me was Alan Wake 2. That could be another episode is games that were game of the year. What's my opinion? What game do I think should have won game of the year? Or what's my personal game of the year of that year? So anywho. And another question I get is who is the person who inspired a lot of your nerdiness and a lot of who you are? Um, I will say my looks are my mom. I very much look like my mom. Love my mom to death. I will say though, I don't have a lot in common with her other than my love of Disney. But a lot of the stuff I'm into is because of my dad. My dad was a nerd, the purest definition. He loved Doctor Who. He loved sci-fi novels. Um, when we ever go up to Alaska, he was reading a book. He was always reading. He was either reading um, Clive Bar. He was not Clive Barker. Clive. Shit. He is a treasure hunter, author, and he did a lot of stories about like forgotten treasure. That was one of my dad's favorite subjects. But that's who generally got me into nerds. Like first movie, first movies I really watched with him were the Lord of the Ring movies. I think the very first movie I remember watching with him, like remembering, was was the was the Jack Black version of King Kong. And then I remember I visited him up in Cedar City, and this is kind of like I think unintentionally he put the seeds of me streaming with that because he was like J Crew. I was like, "What's up, Dad?" And he's like, "We're gonna go to Hollywood Videos because there is there is King Kong the video game on PlayStation, and I need to see how this game is." Because he was so like enamored how terrible this movie was. Because he's like, "What? I love Lord of the Rings, but this guy couldn't make King Kong." So he was like, "Okay, we gotta watch this." Um, so we sat down, we set up the PS2, and he's like, "Okay, if this is terrible, don't worry. This isn't the game you're gonna be stuck with all week. We'll go back to Hollywood Videos and get you a different game." So we're sitting down, I'm playing it, and we were expecting this to be kind of, I don't know, a very terrible shooter. Because I first saw it was a shooter, and I was like, okay, this game has to be awful. This game has to be awful. But it turned out to be one of the best movie tie-in video games I've played. It was exactly what I wanted as a kid. It was a first-person shooter where I got to kill dinosaurs with a Tommy machine gun, and there were segments where I got to play King Kong roaming around, beating the crap out of dinosaurs with my bare fist. And it was so much better than the movie. And then my dad's moment of disbelief, we forgot who we were playing as. And we were playing as the main character of the movie who's a writer. And my dad was like, wait, you're telling me this guy who's just a writer is able to hold off hordes of dinosaurs, is able to 1v1 a T-Rex on his own with just a Tommy gun and spears. I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, this game is terrible. Let's send it back. Have I played that game? I played it once, and it's not as good as I remembered it. It was still fun. It still does its notes very well. He slays on his free time, I guess. Um, but yeah, I would definitely say my dad is definitely someone who inspired a lot of my nerdiness. Some of my stuff I got on my own, like Warhammer. Um, it was unintentional. My brother at the time was playing the Warhammer Age of Sigmar MMORPG. I think it was called Warhammer Reckoning. And that kind of delved into like looking into it. And I found out there was a sci-fi version called Warhammer 40K. And that's how I got into that. Anime, a lot of a lot of people like my cousin K2 watched anime when he was living in the house I was growing up with. I used to watch him watch anime. And then I found out my dad was super into anime, and he introduced to me a lot of anime. Um, my favorite one is Hellsing Ultimate. I absolutely love Hellsing Ultimate. You know what? I'm surprised Dad didn't own a body belly either. No, yeah, he liked it more than us. Sorry, as I'm talking to secrets. um, yeah, no, he loved it more than I think any of us kids. I enjoyed it, but he would always be like, "J. Crew, have you watched this one?" I'm like, "What is it, Dad?" He's like, "It's the time I fell in love with my sister in a dungeon." What? Yeah, it's a great anime. You should watch it. Excuse me? What's the next one you recommend? Oh, the time I got reincarnated as my dad. What? Yeah, it's a great anime about how a son reconnects with his father by being his dad. No way, that's a real anime, Dad. Looked it up. It's a real anime. Huh? Uh, I know his favorite one was Steins Gate. He absolutely loved Steins Gate. And there's a bunch of them now that are coming out that I'm like, oh my god, he would have loved it. He would have loved the Devil May Cry anime. Um, because he absolutely loved the cyberpunk one, and he did like the Castlevania one until season two ending. Then he was done. Something about my dad, he absolutely hates sex scenes. Absolutely hated it. If he was watching Game of Thrones because we were all up in Alaska, and he was like, "Oh, let's K2 got like season one," and we're like, "Oh yeah, let's watch it." First 20 minutes sexy. My dad's like, "We're done. Delete it. I don't want to see this shit ever again on my screen." uh Next one is My Little Sister Can't Be This Oh my god. I don't think he ever watched that one. But yeah, yeah, definitely him. Secrets has gotten me into a lot of things. Um yeah, like first person shooters he got me into with Halo. Okay, so because I was gonna cook the buns after this around 6:45. 6 o'clock. Will it be done by then or no? Come back down at 7. Okay, and just let me know, and I'll start cooking that. Okay. Sorry, guys. But yeah. All right. What's the next question? Oh, here we go. Where so why the penguin? Like I said, Secrets is the one that inspired that. Why Jafada? Why is that your handler? Who is what does that mean? And all the variations of the names. I've been called Jufada, Jew, Jafada, Javodi. I swear to God, someone's called me Jafodi. Jafado. It's Jafada, but I don't really care. I find it funny when anyone makes my variation of my name. It stands for just your father. It's a stupid thing me and my cousin Thomas would say to each other back and forth. Your father. You're just your father. And so that's what it kind of came to. Um, I am thinking about changing my name to what my nickname actually is. Um, my nickname is J. Crew, and that came from my mother loving a clothing store. Yes, and by the way, my middle name is Crew, so that it did come from that. So I am kind of thinking about that, but maybe not. Yeah, no. I remember the first time I heard someone say my name on stream. It was Maximilian, dude. And I gave it him a prime sub, and Maximilian dude always says like who's gotten a sub and stuff, and especially he was like Jew. I don't think I can say this name, chat. What is it? And I was like, Jafada. He's like, oh, just your father. Jafada. Oh, that's cool. Never again did he ever acknowledge me. Oh, that was funny. Oh, but yeah, that's the origin of the name Jafada. It was a funny thing that me and my cousin would say to each other back and forth. Um, Sadness. Nah, it makes sense. He's a busy guy. Another question I've gotten, and this is about one of our lovely mods who was always here, who was here when she can. Who is Swedish Chef? Well, she's here in the stream right now. Uh, Kelia, aka Hana. That is Swedish Chef. Why do I call her Swedish Chef? She hates Muppets. and she is a pastry baker slash chef who makes really good bread. So as a term of endearment, I call her Swedish Chef. And I sometimes, anytime she talks, I will always say, I'll act like the Swedish Chef over her. But that's where that name came from for her. Yes, she's one of the only people that has a nickname on my streams. When did you first start streaming? I think I kind of answered this question when Mr. Streamer butchers your name. I'm sorry, Hannah. I'm sorry. I keep fucking up your name. Muppets are scary though. Yeah, she won't. I remember one time I played a game called My Friendly Neighbor, and she would not watch it because of the puppets. But I started streaming when I was living in Cedar City, Utah. I believe it was 2018 or 19. I may have changed it already. Yeah, I think it was 19. Um, and I was bored at the time, and I was dating my ex fiance, and she was like, "I'm bored at home, and I kind of would like to watch you play games." And she didn't have Discord at the time, so I was like, "Oh, why don't I just stream it?" And I was streaming a game called Killing Floor 2, and so she could watch me play because she was bored at home. And I then continued because of that. But then I found out my dad was watching. I didn't know this at the time. But I found out my dad made an account and was watching. And he watched pretty much almost all of my streams until 2019 when I moved back to Vegas and I stopped streaming. I had no idea. But and I found out it was him because my stepmom, she was like, "Hey, I have like this random um account on your dad's computer for a thing called Twitch. Do you know what that is?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a streaming service." She's like, "Oh, he has like a couple people he follows, and isn't your username this?" I'm like, "Yeah." Turns out he was one of the biggest watchers of my stream. He would not say a word. He would watch. And I thought he was a bot for the longest time because of the account was made, he followed immediately. I don't even think the account follows me anymore because Twitch does this randomly where it'll flag account as a bot account, even though it's not. It was a base to lurker, yeah. But I should have known because I remember one time he was asking about Bioshock. It was when I first streamed Bioshock. I streamed Bioshock like twice. So yeah, that was a very heart wrenching moment at that time. So yeah, I would say if my dad was still around, he would be an awesome person on the stream, especially talking about stuff. Anywho, next question. Um, who was your first clan? No question. They mean video game clan, not the other one. Um, I first got into like clan stuff, like video game clans, when I was around 12 or 13 when I first got my first Xbox 360. First console I ever bought for myself because during the summers I would go up to Alaska as a commercial fisherman, and my dad gave me my very first paycheck and was like, "Go buy whatever you want." And I bought a Xbox 360 with Halo 3. And my cousin, not cousin, my ex stepbrother True and Newman had a clan called the Fat Grunts. And they're like, "Oh, you guys just make the emblem and you just make yourself a fat grunt." So I was known as the Flaming Fat Grunt. And that's the clan I first joined. I would play with them a lot. And then I met a group of people. I remember their real names: Brandon, Mason, Kyle, and I forget the third person. But yeah, I joined their clan for Call of Duty. I had to beat Kyle or be at a certain KD ratio. against, or a certain win loss with him, and it was like point 0.8, I believe, and I was point 0.9. So I joined that. I don't even remember what the name of the clan was, but I think they were my very first online friends I ever made. And I was an annoying little shithead. I'm surprised I was friends with them. I remember I messaged Brandon once, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" Like on Facebook, because I became Facebook friends with him. Yeah, but weed culture wasn't that popular at that time period. It was still a taboo subject. And also, I don't think Newman knew what weed was. They grew up in Utah, homie. Um, but yeah, no, I was. Yeah, no, I don't remember the name of the clan. But I remember messaging Brandon, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" I'm like, my name was Laid to Waste 702, Drybone 702." He's like, "Oh, you. I thought I unfriended you." I'm like, "Oh, I guess I was that much of a shithead." He's like, "Yeah, you were." And then I stopped talking to him after that. Because to be honest, yeah, when I was a kid, I was a shithead. My God. If I ever met younger me, I probably would have socked him in the face. I'm not going to lie. Oh, God. I was a squeaker and I would not shut up. Oh, my God. Funny times. But yeah. And then yeah, I didn't do any clan stuff for a while. I wasn't super into video games. I joined a random Battlefield clan. It was full of ex-veterans. Oh, I remember. I joined another one for Call of Duty. I don't remember the YouTuber, but it was this southern guy who would make random Call of Duty ghost content. And yeah, but no, the random military one, I don't even know how I got. No, they weren't the days. They were not good days. My God, I everyone will always praise the days of the 360 chat rooms. I don't. I it has always instilled the habit of just muting everyone because it was either extremely funny or it was extremely ridiculously stupid. You weren't even around, Weeb, when it was those days. This guy's acting like he was there. You were like 6 when it was those days. Really? You were around during the peak Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2? Okay, hold on. We'll discuss that. We'll discuss that another point. We've been sidetracked for far too long because of this weeb. But yeah, I then joined a bunch of clans for Destiny. I made my own, which was Swiggity Swaggity with my best friend Paul. I then joined the coffee shop club. And then I then left coffee shop club to then join better at my day job, and that was my main clan for a while. They still are. I just don't play Destiny anymore. I retired from Destiny. That wasn't the peak time. Mm-mm. The peak time for for Call of Duty lobbies, Weeb, I'm sorry, was Modern Warfare 2. That was peak lobbies. That was when lobbies were at their infancy for consoles. And like I said, it was either funny as shit or really stupid. And I don't miss the lobbies after that. Um, I'll skip this one because, to be quite honest, I don't really want to talk about why I quit Destiny. What do you do for work? I've gotten that question a lot. I am what is called an OTP technical technician. My job, technical technician, but tech technician. My job is to repair stores when they're at full um chaos mode. Like things are not working. My job is to fix them. And I enjoy it. It could be a very stressful job at the oh yeah, also I push buttons. It could be a very stressful job at the drop of a hat. It can also be a very easy job at the drop of a hat. Most of the time, it's been very stressful because I'm still learning. So I'll be like, do. What do I do after this? And I'll call my boss, and then he'll be like, "Why don't you look it up, Jeff?" And then hangs up the phone. I'm like, do. Gotta learn. What's going on here? Why are people bothering me? Okay, but yeah. What's another question I've got? Like I said, you guys can ask any questions. I'm more than happy to answer them. Oh, what is your goal when it comes to streaming? Is a question I've been getting a lot. To be quite honest, I just want to keep doing this for fun. And if it leads to something great, awesome. If it doesn't, oh well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I am mainly doing this for fun and meeting people along the way and having fun with those said people in the process. So next question been asked is how did you meet your core people you stream with? And I think what they mean is the people I mainly do cooperative games with and um, like the main people you'll always see on my stream. So we'll go off with the one who's been here the longest, Decent Feaster. I met him through work. We were both working for a job that was about taking care of people with mental and physical disabilities. That's all I can say without going to too much. Um, and me and him just immediately were friends. We were seen as work husbands. And we just always had a back and forth. It was kind of funny. I then met Hana through him because that's his wife. At the time they were dating, but now they're married, which is awesome. They deserve very much love. Um, so I met her through him, and I met Jelly Roll Jerry, aka Jason, through a mutual friend of ours. And I just happened to marry him first. I know, right? Yeah, she knows that if she didn't marry Dustin and I met him first, I would have married him. That's what terrifies her every day. But I met Jelly Roll Jerry through a mutual friend named Ender. And me and him just we were very much close. Um, so that's how we met. And I met Alk through streaming. Alk was scrolling through looking at Dead Space playthroughs and found mine and was immediately like, oh, like it's cool to hang out with you. And then it turns out Alk knows all my friends because he's played with them through Destiny. He keeps me keeps me up at night. It sure does, Hana. Sure does. You knowing that I can steal Dustin at any point sure does scare you. But yeah. Um that's kind of like the core people I have met through I mainly stream with. There is Weeb I met through work. I won't say what he works at. I can dedox him right now. Um Shroom, like I said, I met Shroom through TikTok. It's very interesting way to meet someone. And that's like I said, most of this fan art right here is from Shroom. You can tell by her art style that it changes dramatically to the other person. I can hear her in the other room. She said, "What's with the evil laugh?" Oh, by the way, this woman's terrified of my voices. Hana is scared of my laugh, and she's scared when I go into a southern voice. It is hilarious. Maybe I should have that as like a sound bit. Is me maniacally laughing. Um, yeah, no, that's some stuff about me. I know there was a couple more questions that people have asked. Definitely got that southern draw on me. Let's see. Okay, so I have gone through a lot of the questions that people have asked me. I kind of did a whole run through of some of them because we did waste a lot of time. Um, oh, so someone sent me a private question. Here we go. Here's a couple. Were you like one of those fans for certain internet personas that you know were weird? No, no. The fans, the fandom I had for people like James Rolfe, Nostalgia Critic, Scene Anners, all those people were very like, oh, these guys are funny, they're cool. I would love to meet them. That's it. I've never gone to the full blown of writing fan fiction or yeah, I've never done that. That bitch that bridge I'll never cross. I am on the halfway point where I'm like, I'm good. I acknowledge your existence. Yeah. Um. Oh, have I met any people that I have like been starstruck by in person? No, I have not. I would love to meet some of these people. I would love, especially, would love to play a game with Scene Anners. I would love to go and play Gary's mod with him. Oh God, that would be hilarious. Or Hidden. Oh, those were the times, man. Those were the times I miss the most for playing those games. I remember my first online friends I made through those games. Blonde Gamer, Pichu, Shadow Lord. God, man, I remember those people, and I don't talk to them anymore. Crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. That happens when you get old. You stop talking to people, you move on, you keep growing. Another question. I might not even answer this one, and I might not even read the question. This is no, no. Yeah, we'll skip that one. Oh, all right, hold on. Let me see here. Advice for streaming. I don't have any advice for streaming. I'm not gonna lie with you, chat. I have no advice. None whatsoever. I okay, maybe this. Stream what you want. Don't follow the algorithm. Do what you want. Don't go into the headspace of thinking that you gotta do this to make money. Remember, this is a very small pond with a lot of fish in it. Do what you want to do, and people will be attracted to that. And it doesn't matter how many people are attracted to it. Just do it for you. That's my advice. Best moments in streaming. Don't no, don't listen to Han. Don't have fun. Don't have fun streaming. Never have fun streaming. Never. Never in a million years. Have fun? You think I do this for fun? No. But yeah, yeah, of course have fun. Best moments in streaming. My God. A lot of them are clips. I have so many clips of the best moments in streaming, to be quite honest, are when I have Jason be as chaotic as he can be. Like, the voices in my head is inspired by Jason because of the moment of him going, you know, the Bank of America only at most has two tellers. Jason, how do you know this? I will tell you how I know this. It's not by any government official knowledge. It's not by the FBI or CIA. None of that. No, it is told to me by the voices inside my head. Start dying of laughter. Oh my god, I could not hold it in. That was probably single-handedly one of the best moments. I think another moment that was one of my best moments. Um, I was playing Lethal Company and I got raided by apparently one of the bigger Lethal Company streams, and this person did so much for me in that one stream, did a lot of followers, gave me a lot of good advice, and did a bunch of stuff for me. I'll forever be grateful for those two streamers. And I haven't seen them since. They disappeared after that. But yeah, very cool people. What else? Yeah. Games you've discovered through streaming. I will definitely say a lot of the games I have discovered through streaming. Oh, this happened like almost probably exactly a year ago, Hana. There's a clip of me. Um, there's a clip of it. I think it was the first time I ever reached like double digit subs. That was wild. That was wild. So, but I don't remember the exact time of when it happened. I just know there's a clip, so we have to go through my videos and find the clip. But yeah. Um, but no, I've found a lot of games I probably would have never played because of streaming. Like Lethal Company, I would never play. I would have never played that in a million years. Same as Repo. Even though they're fun games, I do enjoy them, but I don't think I would ever play them, which is crazy to me thinking about it. I absolutely love these games. So, what's another question you guys have asked me? Just in general, I don't think I would have ever found those games general. To be quite honest, I think now streaming, I have like opened my horizons to a lot of games I would have never played before. Like I've never played Paper Mario completely. I would play it here and there, and that's it. Never have I actually sat down and played it, but I did, and I enjoy it a lot. It's one of my favorite Nintendo games. Same thing for a lot of these boomer shooters I played. I would have never played them on the hardest difficulty, other than I wanted some bragging rights, and I did. And it's the most fun I have in video games now, is playing a new boomer shooter and playing it on the hardest difficulty, which is so much fun. Um, what's another one? Oh, here's one. What are you hoping for? What are some goals that you have? Well, one, maybe if this was popular, I'll probably not popular. I kind of enjoyed doing this. I kind of enjoyed nerding out for an hour to 2 hours about stuff. Um, I probably do this more often. Probably a podcast every Saturday for 2 hours, and it's just for fun. Another goal I have is, you know, it's always there, partnership. It's never like something I really am like striving for, but it's there. And one day, who knows? Maybe one day we'll get it. Um, Another thing I have always strived for is a joke partnership with a gaming company. I almost got one apparently. I don't know if this is true. A guy from Subnautica team claimed he was a person who, you know, he worked for the guys who make Subnautica, and he said he wanted to reach out and put my penguin in the next game. Never heard from him since. The closest I've gone to being in a video game is someone has modded um my dad's gun into Fallout 4, and even then I could never get to work. So no one ever saw that. Um so the gun in question is a SIG P229. So, yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be a cool thing to do. Definitely. So that who knows? Maybe that could be something we do in the future for fun. Um. Oh, is there a collab with a potential streamer that you would like to do? I know you said that you don't really have anyone you watch before, but is there a collab you would like? Oh yeah, I would always be down to collab. I don't think I've done a whole lot. Like I don't know. I don't know what the true definition of a collab means because to me playing a video game with someone, I don't feel like that's a collab. But yeah, like I like for big streamers, I would like to do a collab with like I don't know, maybe Max. Max would be a cool one to do. Like he's teaching me how to play a fighting game because I suck at fighting games. I the only one I'm good at is Mortal Kombat 10, and that's just because I used to play it a lot in high school. I would play as Scorpion, specifically Hellwalker variant. Um, where are some others? Oh, Siphon Hunter, that would be a cool collab to do. I absolutely love her work. She's a very awesome content creator. She mainly did Resident Evil for a while, but she is very much branched out to what she does now. Absolutely love her. Um it would be funny to do a Game Grumps like stream, but who knows. But yeah, I think I've ran through all of my questions I had. I don't think we have anything else. So yeah, an hour, yeah, 20 minutes shy, which isn't bad. Um, not bad, honestly. There you go. There that is Mr. Streamer. Mr. Streamer Extraordinaire is a 20-year-old guy who enjoys video games, who wants people to enjoy them as much as he does, and to get into this fandom of random things as much as he is. Um, if you guys enjoy the content, don't forget to drop a follow, drop a sub if you're on YouTube. I don't know what it is for Spotify. We'll figure it out. If you guys enjoy, awesome. We'll hopefully see you for the next one where, yeah, episode 2 is Why is Warhammer? Why is Warhammer? Who is Warhammer? Who is John Warhammer? But yeah, thank you all for being here, and thank you guys so much for the love and support you guys always do. Um, yeah, I do have to get ready though. I do have Vampire the Masquerade in a little bit. That is something I also do. There you go. There's another tab bit. What hobbies do you do? I am a forever D&D DM. I am forever stuck being a D&D. Words are hard. Tabletop DM. But it's it brings out funny moments. And yeah, but you guys all have a wonderful night. I might catch you on later tonight. I might do another stream after after Vampire. We'll probably be doing Liza